Whatever happened to us when we were little. I don't remember anything.
Okay, I think it's on. Remember the rules? Yes. Say Bloody Mary 3 times. Okay, I'm gonna turn off lights. Okay, ready? Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. I'm scared. Stop! I'm sorry. It's not funny.
There's some moments that are truly gruesome, that are just f***ed up.
Yeah. Hey!
Hey, language.
Don't fucking swear.
Yeah, what the fuck, Jay?
You look very tired, sir.
Do I? Do I look tired?
Go like this. Wet your finger and your thumb, and then go like this. I'm Mike!
I'm Kat.
I'm Jay.
And we're here at A&C World. And today we're reviewing Paranormal Activity 3.
Three.
Trois. As you guys know, we love these movies. And if you don't like Paranormal Activity, then guess what? You're not gonna like the third one.
They have a slightly bigger budget. I heard there's some more CGI and such happening in it.
A little bit more is an understatement.
So does that take you out of the movie?
Yes.
Katie and her sister, Christy?
It's the two sisters. The reason why there's so much footage of it is their mother's boyfriend was a videographer for weddings. I used to edit wedding videos, so I know the business.
You're always wondering, well, how is there a camera there?
Yeah.
So this is actually passable. I mean, it's believable to the point where you don't think about it. Like, oh, why is there cameras everywhere?
It takes place in 1988.
But did we need to know an origin story for this?
Yeah.
It's the same as them saying, let's make Blade Runner 2. Why?
It's
It's all about money.
What
It's all
would
about
you
money.
What would you prefer? Instead of a prequel, what would you prefer? Another family gets...
Well, no.
What?
She's still missing, so no one knows where she went.
How is the acting in this movie? Are the little girls good in this?
All the characters are believable. They seem like real people. They have that humor there too, right off the bat.
It does a good job of tying you into the characters. You can relate with them. It's like a normal little family in a house.
What really bothered me is in all Paranormal Activity, there's a lot of night shots. There's night vision, and cameras are better now. But in the 80s, I remember the cameras back when I was a kid, the ones that like recorded the VHS.
Yeah, but
they're terrible.
I can't argue that.
I can, because like, it didn't explain how we could see so well at night.
Well,
That bothered me a bit.
I heard they were also doing they had it on an oscillating fan as well to
Yep.
get some motion.
That was a good scare tactic, swishing back and forth. And so you see something there, and then it goes over here, and it comes back, and it's gone.
well, that's a classic horror device. Hitchcock used it. Something goes in front of the camera,
Yeah.
then it moves, and then something's behind them. In this film, they use that constantly. This is the best out of the three for doing those scare tactics. The scares that they do with the oscillating fan are all amazing.
I felt that was unique, that part.
Does it feel like they're repeating scares that they've done, or is it all new kind of scare?
No, I felt like there was some repetition definitely involved from the series.
The first scare in this film could be considered the last scare out of the first film. You know, it was extreme, it was CGI, we're not gonna give it away, but the first scare took me out of the film.
I heard this one was a lot more gruesome than the other ones as well. They really stepped it up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No, we can't give too much away. It is completely gruesome, more graphic than the other two. But what I like about this is you actually see the why. During Paranormal Activity movies, you're always like, but why is this happening? Why these people? Finally gets answered. That's what I like about this movie. The thing is, I feel like it's too late. It's not fresh anymore in my mind.
Well, because you got the films like The Last Exorcism that are already
Yeah.
doing things like this. Now, this is from the directors of Catfish, so these directors were perfect fit for this, but I felt that the story development in the beginning was not as good as the second one. The second one really made you love the characters. In this one, unfortunately, you kind of relate to the guy more than the mother.
Yeah, Dennis is the true protagonist in this film. You kind of root for him.
And there's definitely some moments of like poltergeist in this.
Oh, yeah,
Because you got the
absolutely.
two buddies, and they're like, what the hell was that?
The Bloody Mary scene was freaky. You've seen it in the trailer.
They showed scares in the trailer, but guess what? None of the major ones from the trailer are in the film.
Oh, they saved
And they're all switched. When's that scene coming? When's it coming?
Oh, I remember this. Okay. I
Yeah,
know what's
and-
gonna happen here.
Exactly. For the first time I've ever experienced this is none of that was there,
Yeah.
and it got you. But that was brilliant. That's very smart. Teddy Ruxpin is in this film.
the toy from the 80s, if
Yeah.
you're old enough,
The
there's
one
a
that had
here,
the tape cassette
there's
in
a
the back?
talking-
Teddy
This
Ruxpin.
guy?
There's a talking toy, and you put a cassette tape in its belly, and then it would
And it
move
tells you
its mouth.
stories
And
and
it's
eyes.
it's the scariest part of the film.
It gives you a paw blast.
And if you don't know what a paw blast, it's essentially a canine.
Gives you a hand job.
Yeah, it gives you a hand job.
Or a bear.
So, is this the weakest out of the three then?
I think so.
You know what the weakest out of the three is? Right here.
I didn't even feel that. I can't even move it anymore. I think this is the weakest out of the 3.
I do not.
That's not necessarily saying that's bad.
I think that they're all on par. To have 3 of these films be as solid as they are.
True, but if someone stuck a gun to my head and said, pick your favorite one, it wouldn't be the 3rd one.
So what is your overall score, Michael, out of 10?
Overall score, this is a little bit above average. I was scared. I was laughing with Jay because we are friends. I gave it 7 out of 10. Things that bothered me was been here, done that, of course. It's really hard to keep this series fresh after the 3rd one. But I do agree with Jay, there was a consistency to the entire trilogy. But I just find the 1st and 2nd one more captivating.
Fly away.
If you're a fan of Paranormal Activity, I do recommend you see this. Didn't like the first PA or the second PA, just stay away from it. You're not gonna like this one.
I give this a 7.5. I liked it a little bit more than he did. Some of the cons for me were the ending was apparently supposed to be the scariest you'll ever have in the theater, but it wasn't.
Well, that's because I was holding hands with you.
Well, I know, it comforted me, I felt good.
I felt silly.
It seems like there's 2 movies here. It went from Paranormal Activity, and then the last half an hour went to a different movie. It went Blair Witch, to be honest. Some of the good things about the film are, it's a lot like Poltergeist. It has some of those moments where there's sort of like goofy things happening.
Goofy?
Well, just subtle things are happening.
Scary.
Well,
Goofy.
it scares the shit out of you.
Like
It was
a dog
goofy.
poops on. Woo, goofy.
well, that's considered the ghost is playing.
creepy.
Well, it's
Creepy.
creepy, but it's considered a poltergeist.
Right, but not goofy.
Well, to me, it's goofy.
It's like slapstick comedy. It's like Charlie Chaplin.
A little bit. Well, the ghost is trying to be a smartass.
Right.
So that's what a poltergeist is. Knows your fears and plays around with them.
It's creepy as hell.
Yeah, it's creepy, but it's still a goofy little ghost. It's a little goofy
I just
ghost.
can't agree with you on this goofy visit.
Well, you didn't even see
so
it.
goofy. Yeah, I know.
To
but
me,
I
it was
heard you
fun.
talk about
It was a fun little scene where
It's,
the ghost
so
was like,
you enjoyed this
"Ah."
comedy a little bit more than I did.
You would know that malevolent ghosts like to be goofy.
Well, obviously you're from the deep south.
Yeah. Should we turn the screen?
Yes.
Sorry.
You better be f***ing sorry.
Some of the downfalls for the movie, I wouldn't say that. Some of the bad part, what are they called?
Negatives?
I guess so. We
Yeah,
call them
cons.
negatives? Okay.
Cons? Pros?
Cons.
Wrath of God.
Say there was an evil ghost after you.
They're coming.
So that, I think we're done. Like, what else do we have to say?
Just gotta close it up here.
Yeah, I'll close you up. How about you? What do you like?
3 kilobytes.